Happy Palm Sunday. After sharing the borax post yesterday, and it got a lot of attention, good and bad, I thought I'd share something that I learned about borax years ago. Now, my resource was earthclinic.com, and I encourage you, if you guys want to go deeper into a lot of natural remedies, that is a great place to start. So Dr. Rex E. Newham, he dedicated his later years to a journey of educating the world on arthritis and its direct correlation to deficiencies of certain minerals. So he wrote this: 40 years ago, I developed arthritis that made walking difficult. So I went to a local doctor who gave me medicine that did not help. So I realized that there must be a reason for my arthritis and went looking for it. At the time, I had recently moved from a home on good clay soil to a home on sandy soil. And I was teaching chemistry, soil science, and agricultural botany at Fremantle Technical College, Australia. The clay soil had grown good quality fruit and vegetables, and the sandy soil gave a good crop in the first year, but after this, everything showed mineral deficiencies, as is common on many sandy soils. So I looked into the properties of all of these minerals to see if there was anything to do with bone or joint in man or animal. Nothing relevant was found, but one of the deficient minerals was boron, and this was written off as not needed by man or animal. Yet I knew that in the green plant, boron was needed for proper usage of calcium. Bone contains a lot of calcium, so I wondered if boron could have anything to do with the calcium in bone. The most common compound of boron was borax. So I looked into the properties of borax. It had about the same toxicity as common salt or sodium chloride. About 50 grams was a lethal dose. I measured this out, 50 grams. Borax is often labeled poison by salt, but salt is not. Nevertheless, I took 30 milligrams, less than 1,000th of a dangerous dose of borax, twice a day. That is the amount that would stick to a wet fingertip. In 10 days, the pain was less. In 2 weeks, the swelling was going down. And in 3 weeks, all pain, swelling, stiffness was gone completely. Isn't that amazing? So I stopped taking the borax, but a year later, it all returned. So I took some more borax, and soon all the pain, swelling, stiffness had gone again. I took more doses from time to time. Plants will not grow unless there is some boron in the soil. So by eating fruits and vegetables, we all get some boron. I told other people who had arthritis, and they were all getting well. But it meant buying a packet of borax, which was labeled poison for killing cockroaches and ants. That put people off, so they asked me to have borax made up in a tablet that was labeled poison, that was not labeled poison. So I did this and had 1,000 bottles of tablets made. It took me 2 years to sell these. Then I had 2,000 bottles made, and these went in 6 months. Then 5,000 went in 6 months. Then another 5,000 went within 4 months. Then another 5,000, which went in 2 months. I then took a foolish thing and went to a drug company in Melbourne to see if they would make and sell these tablets. At first, they seemed interested, and they paid for a double-blind clinical study at the Royal Melbourne Hospital. Then they realized that borax could not be patented, so they lost interest. and even made the Australian government declare that boron should be made a legal poison. That made me a criminal, and I was fined for selling poison. I gave up teaching and studied to become a naturopath and nutritionist. I then went to New Zealand, South Africa, Britain, and America, where boron was not a legal poison. The double-blind clinical trial lasted 5 years and was a success. 80% of those who used boron got better, and those who used a placebo did not get better. I then traveled to places where there was more or less than the normal amount of arthritis, and to places where there was more or less than the normal 1.5 parts per million boron in the soil or water. This entailed 9 trips around the world. And there's so much more to this. So I hope you hung in there for the 7 minutes, because we really need to understand that so much of what we have grown to understand and know has been a lie. And we need to start looking deeper. We need to connect so we can all do our part in research and find the truth, because it's out there. So I am just praying that some of you who have been living with chronic pain, osteoarthritis, and gout, and so much that is harming you, will benefit from learning this. I will share this information on my link in my bio if you would like a copy or would like to share it with your friends and family. Healing blessings to you all, and we'll look forward to talking to you live this week. Bye-bye.